question 11. Stack numbers. Okay, so they give you stack 1, 2, 3 and 4, and if you count the number of rows, there's 1, 3, 6, 10. So you can see you're adding 1, you're adding 2, no you're not, you're adding 3, sorry, you're adding 2, you're adding 3, you're adding 4, so obviously the next one is going to add 5. Okay, so that's up to 15. Okay, so that's part 1. Right, part 2 says use the different or draw a difference table, so that means just show me the differences. So we plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. Okay, so then it says find Tn. So we know for a quadratic sequence it's an squared plus bn plus c is the first thing you need to remember. The second thing is twice that number there is equal to the second difference. So you divide each side by 2 and you get a is equal to a half. So that means Tn is equal to a half n squared plus bn plus c. Okay, so now we have to look at term number 1. So term number 1, right, means if it's term number 1 means everywhere you put in n, you put in a 1. So a half squared plus b times 1 plus c. But you also know your answer because term number 1 is 1. Okay, so multiplying that out, you end up with a half plus b plus c equals 1. Then bring the half over and you get b plus c equals 1 minus a half. So that means b plus c equals a half. Okay, term number 2, right, means everywhere I see an n, put in a 2. So that's a half times 2 to be squared plus b times 2 plus c. And this time you know your answer is going to be 3 because the second term in the sequence was 3. Okay, so into the calculator that you get 2 plus 2b plus c equals 3. So that's 2b plus c equals 3 minus 2. So that means 2b plus c equals 1, and that's your second equation. So we have two equations, you write them one under the other. So 2b plus c equals 1, b plus c equals a half. So then change the signs so the c's cancel, and you end up with b is equal to 1 take away a half is a half. Okay, so then we have 2 times b plus c equals 1. You've just figured out b is a half, so it's 2 times a half plus c equals 1. 2 halves are 1. 1 plus c equals 1. That means c is equal to 1 minus 1. So that means c is equal to 0. So you started and you said Tn was equal to an squared plus bn plus c. So you've just figured out that a was a half n squared, b was a half n, and c was 0, so plus 0. You don't have to write plus 0. Okay, and then finally part 4 of that question says use the n term. So the n term was Tn equals a half n squared plus a half n. So it says use that to find stack 20. So stack 20 is a half times 20 squared plus a half of 20, and into the calculator with that, and you'll end up with term number 20 will have 210 rows in it. Okay.